Every day, you make decisions: what to buy, who to trust, what to believe. But here's the real question: are those decisions really yours, or are they designed? This channel breaks down the psychology behind everything. I'm Shrest, and this is where we decode the world.
Okay, picture this. You walk through those double doors, and bam, that smell hits you almost immediately. You know the one. That specific, salty, absolutely unmistakable scent of French fries. You look around, and those glowing red and yellow colors just feel welcoming, right? Friendly, but also kind of urgent. Then, you glance up at the brightly lit menu board, and suddenly, ordering a combo number 3 just feels incredibly easy. In fact, it feels exactly like your own conscious decision.
But what if it wasn't your choice? Okay, let's dive into this, because what you're actually stepping into isn't just a restaurant. It's a massive, real-world behavioral experiment. In this explainer, we're going to peel back the curtain and investigate this playbook of psychological tactics together. We're going to see exactly how they control what and when we eat.
Chapter 1: From Burger Stand to Empire.
And this brilliantly illustrates how it all started. It's honestly wild to think that this sprawling global empire of over 40,000 locations started as just a single, humble California burger stand back in 1940. But listen, this phenomenal, world-conquering growth, it's not an accident. And it is definitely not just about selling burgers. What we're looking at here is a decades-long masterclass in behavioral science. Over the years, they've evolved from simply making a quick lunch to quite literally rewiring our brains. They don't just want you to choose them over the competition, they want to be your absolute default setting.
Chapter 2: Engineering Your Primal Senses.
The foundation of this mental rewiring kicks in before you even reach the counter. It all starts with a conditioned response. Now, we've all heard the old myth that the colors red and yellow inherently make us hungry, right? Well, the reality is actually much deeper than that. We have been generationally conditioned to link those specific colors to a fast food reward. It's exactly like Pavlov's dog salivating at the sound of a bell. The golden arches are our bell. Seeing them triggers a massive dopamine hit in our brains before we've even pulled into the parking lot.
And then there's the environment itself. Did you know they actually weaponize the smell of their food? Through incredibly meticulous kitchen ventilation systems, they ensure that the exact same irresistible salty aroma drifts right out onto the street, whether you're standing in Ohio or Tokyo. It functions as an airborne advertisement you literally cannot skip. Add in upbeat music that subtly encourages you to eat faster, alongside a completely frictionless restaurant layout, and your rational mind is just quieted. You're purely operating on impulse.
Chapter 3: The Illusion of Choice.
Let's move to the counter and see how this builds. Notice the psychological difference between these two price formats. $5.99 with a dollar sign triggers what behavioral scientists call the pain of paying. It reminds you that you're losing resources. But by simply stripping away that symbol, they drastically reduce visual friction. It completely masks the reality that you're spending your hard-earned money. The menu is not some neutral list of options, it's a meticulously designed landscape. They use brilliant visual tricks, like the von Restorff effect, to draw your eyes straight to their premium, high-profit items. Which leads directly into the upsell escalation. Step 1. You make the seemingly independent decision to order a burger. Step 2. You encounter that world-famous prompt, fries with that. And Step 3. You're gently, seamlessly guided into the prepackaged combo meal. Now pause for a second and think about what happens when you use their modern digital kiosks. This escalation goes completely on steroids. The kiosk never forgets to ask if you want to add bacon for 40 cents, or if you want to upsize that drink. It turns what used to be 3 difficult, separate mental choices into one incredibly easy, frictionless, prepackaged habit.
And to make sure you don't feel a shred of guilt about indulging in that combo, they deployed the health halo. The salads on the menu, they act as a psychological permission slip. Seriously, even if absolutely no one buys the salad or the bottled water, just having it there on the menu quiets our dietary guilt. Subconsciously, it actually encourages us to order those higher-calorie, greasy items because we feel comforted knowing we're eating at an establishment that, hey, at least offers healthy choices.
Chapter 4: Weaponizing Nostalgia and Scarcity.
Now, this conditioning actually starts when you are very, very young, thanks to the Happy Meal formula. Introduced back in the 1970s, it was an absolute masterstroke. For a kid, the perceived value is pure joy and collectible toys. But the actual reality? It's a carefully calculated dopamine hit. Back then, the food was really just a delivery system for the toy's rush of excitement. It permanently linked the brand to feelings of comfort, play, and childhood discovery.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the core strategy at play: unlocking core memories. Today, they surgically target adult nostalgia. Campaigns like the Adult Happy Meal or bringing back viral vintage characters like Grimace, they're offering that exact same childhood formula, just tailored for grown-ups. They're literally repackaging your childhood and reminding you that they've always been a comforting custodian of your personal history.
But nostalgia alone isn't always enough to get you off the couch today, right? They need urgency. Which brings us to this number, 2. This represents the psychological principle of loss aversion, which dictates that the pain of losing a limited item is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining it. This is artificial scarcity at its finest. Think of the Travis Scott meal or the intense manufactured urgency around a restructured pork patty, the McRib. By making these items available for a limited, highly unpredictable window, they generate immense FOMO. You might not even be hungry, but that feeling of urgency completely overrides your rational thought.
Chapter 5: Digital Conditioning in Your Pocket.
This brings us to the ultimate modern weapon in their evolution, the mobile app. It puts all these psychological pillars on our phones 24/7. It's built entirely around the digital habit loop. Step 1 is the cue, an artificial trigger like a targeted push notification hitting your screen at exactly 11:30 in the morning, featuring a picture of a juicy burger. Step 2 is the routine. One-click ordering makes the whole process utterly frictionless. And step 3 is the reward, gamified points that tap into the goal gradient effect, practically pushing you to spend just a little bit more to finally cross that finish line and get a free item.
So the crucial point is that the engine making all of this work is data. The app isn't just a convenient way to order your lunch, it is a highly personalized data machine. It tracks your exact behavior, it times those targeted cues perfectly for when you are most vulnerable, it personalizes the manipulation based on whether you're an early bird breakfast person or a late night snacker. When you use the app, you are actively training yourself to become a more predictable and exponentially more profitable customer.
Chapter 6: Reclaiming Your Consumer Agency.
Let's zoom out for a second and look at this massive funnel of influence. Because this incredibly sophisticated psychological architecture, it is highly effective. It drives well over $130 billion in system-wide annual sales. $130 billion. To put that into perspective, that is an absolutely massive scale of human behavior being shaped every single year. It's a machine perfectly designed to predict and manipulate what you do, guiding you from a passing thought directly to a completed purchase, and then seamlessly looping you right back to the beginning to start all over again.
But here's the good news. Recognizing these tactics is the very first step to beating them. The immense power of these strategies relies almost completely on their invisibility. They only work when you don't realize they're happening to you. But now that you know the smell is actively managed, the menu is a psychological trap, and the app is literally a conditioning device, you have your agency back. You are no longer just an unwitting subject in a decades-long behavioral experiment. You can make an actual informed choice. So, the next time you see those golden arches glowing in the distance and you feel a sudden, unexplained craving, what will you do now that you can finally see the strings?